Should biblical counselors employ deep breathing techniques? That's the question we're going to answer in this video. Hello, this is Dr. Todd, and I've been thinking a lot about deep breathing techniques in counseling, particularly biblical counseling. You know, most biblical counselors look at things like deep breathing techniques and they kind of think of something like this. Well, I would argue that that's probably not the best way to look at things. Because when we look at those kind of things and we think of some sort of Eastern meditation type setup, it kind of creeps us out, frankly. However, we do have to think about what's really going on with the person. Let's say a person comes to you and they're very anxious and you're trying to calm them down. Well, I would argue that instead of thinking like what I showed you before, it would be better for us to think of deep breathing as an effective way to help with something like this. And what I mean is, don't think of deep breathing techniques as some sort of mystical Eastern meditation type philosophical paradigm. Think of it simply from an anatomical perspective. And here's what I mean, without going into too much detail, because this could be very complicated quick. Think of it this way. Think of when somebody gets amped up. We have in our autonomous nervous system, we have that's broken into two basic parts. There's a third piece, but two basic parts. One is called the sympathetic nervous system, and one is called the parasympathetic nervous system. In the sympathetic nervous system, that is the gas pedal that comes down, and it triggers the fight or flight instinct. So when somebody's amped up with anxiety, that system, that nervous system has been activated. Now the parasympathetic nervous system is more like the brake, whereas the sympathetic nervous system is the gas pedal. The parasympathetic nervous system is the brake, and it helps calm that part, the other part, the sympathetic nervous system, down. Now, as counselors, if we really want people to hear what we have to say and listen to us and help them calm down, we have to do something to activate this parasympathetic nervous system. In other words, we've got to help them put the brakes on just a little bit. Well, how do we do that? Well, we do that by activating or stimulating something called the vagus nerve. Now, the vagus nerve is a very long nerve that emanates from the brainstem, and it goes a great way down through the body. But one of the ways we activate it is by having them breathe deeply from the diaphragm. And so you don't have to feel anything's weird as a biblical counselor by simply helping a person breathe to calm down, because it's literally anatomically you are helping them. So the way I think of it is that the sympathetic nervous system, somebody's got the pedals down, right? It's down. They're amped up. They're moving fast. Well, we're wanting to apply the brake of the parasympathetic nervous system, and we do that. And think of your foot, though, as the vagus nerve that simply comes down and gently activates the parasympathetic nervous system. And we do that through helping them breathe deeply. Now, if you do that, you're doing nothing unbiblical or anti-biblical. You're just helping them get in a mindset, a frame which the Bible would commend of the idea of self-control, the idea of ruling over your spirit, those kind of things. But see, sometimes that's hard to do when our body has hijacked us. In other words, when our amygdala and parts of our brain have gone running wild out of fear. And so helping them calm down, and that's all done in a safe, pastoral type connection with the person. Just simply help them put the brakes on so that they can settle themselves down, focus then, and then see what they need to do, what steps they need to do to glorify God. Well, I hope that this brief video has been helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Also, if you like the work I'm doing, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so that you'll be reminded of these videos as I produce them. God bless. We'll talk again soon.